It doesn't sound genuine at all.
It's worse than the Travis Scott apology. Like, what the hell was he thinking? It's really hot in the streets for Diddy. We're having fun, but this has been a topic we've been following since last year, since the Cassie lawsuit. Cassie filed a civil suit against Diddy last year.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
$30 million. He paid it off in one day. We've been following the story ever since. His homes were raided by the feds a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And now CNN got a video of 2016 incident out in Los Angeles of him assaulting Cassie in a hotel lobby. Man, that video was really disturbing.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad, and it for anybody that had questions about whether her statements were valid, whether this was just a money grab, anything like that. Hopefully this puts everything to rest. So let's take a quick look at this video, and then we can talk a little bit about it.
Exclusively by CNN appears to corroborate some of the allegations of abuse against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. The video, captured on multiple cameras, shows Combs assaulting his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway at a Los Angeles hotel in March 2016. A lawsuit filed by Ventura in November last year and settled the next day referenced actions that seem to match those seen in this video. There is no audio. According to the complaint, Combs became extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye, which, according to the lawsuit, prompted Ventura to try and leave the hotel room. The surveillance video obtained by CNN begins as she enters the hallway. The complaint says as she exited, Mr. Combs awoke and began screaming at Miss Ventura. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her. The complaint goes on to say he grabbed her and then took glass vases in the hallway and threw them at her. In the surveillance video, Combs can be seen grabbing Ventura and throwing her to the ground. As Ventura lies on the ground, Combs then kicks her twice and attempts to drag her on the floor back to the hotel room. Ventura is seen picking up a hotel phone. Combs seems to walk back to the hotel room, then returns and appears to shove her in a corner. Moments later, he can be seen throwing an object in her direction. According to Ventura's now...
Damn.
Yeah, nasty stuff. Nasty stuff. Where do we start? I mean, at first, thoughts and prayers to Cassie, her family, her kids. Glad she got out of this situation.
Yeah.
Glad she, filed that civil suit. Glad that, she kind of paved the way for anybody else that was a victim in this. But this is terrible. This is a bad video.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Those types of videos you watch and you just like, something innate in you, in your humanity just like wants to like do something.
It makes your stomach hurt. It's like, it's nasty. Because, this is somebody that a lot of people look up to have for 30 years.
Yeah.
And to see this type of behavior from him is disgusting. We've heard the stories over the years of him attacking men, him attacking women, him attacking anybody that, seems to cross him. But to see him do this to a woman, like drag her to the ground, kick her twice, then try to drag her back to the room, then throw a vase at her, like, that's nuts.
Yeah, in public, man, knowing like it's broad daylight, knowing there's cameras around, knowing he probably just could get away with it. Like
in an elevator lobby. Yeah. Like if you're bold enough to just do that in a hotel, in an elevator lobby, like there's multiple cameras around. Imagine what he was doing to her at home behind closed doors. Like
we don't even have to imagine because it's all in the lawsuit. I mean, we talked about this months ago.
Yeah.
It sounded a little bit cartoonish, him blowing up cars, him, doing all types of really awful things, sex trafficking. But I think, once he paid it off, he said, I'm not admitting guilt to any of this. I'll clear my name. All these false allegations, people are dragging my name in the mud. And now he comes out and apologizes. Like he apologizes, said he was really in a dark place, and I think he was. I don't even know who he was apologizing to. I think
I
this
don't
was
know
like
either.
the worst apology.
Do you have the
video.
audio for that? I didn't pull it down.
No, I should pull it. I never even watched it myself. Like I never.
Oh,
I
the
never
apology?
watched it.
Yeah. See if you can find it real quick. Just because it's like, it's such bullshit when you listen to the apology. It's nasty, especially considering just months ago when he paid that money, he was like, this is not an admission of guilt. I didn't do anything wrong, blah, blah, blah.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry.
Damn. That kind of sounded like the last night outro, which fucks up the song for me.
It just didn't sound like, it doesn't sound genuine at all.
It's worse than the Travis Scott apology. Like, what the hell was he thinking? But honestly, like,
He shouldn't have said anything.
he
like
shouldn't
it-
have let that lawsuit be. Like, he should have settled out of court.
He should have
like,
paid her initially.
He shouldn't be such a fucking psycho. I mean, I think it's good. I think it's good that all of this is coming out because,
Yeah.
you know, as you said, like, who knows what was happening beyond what we saw in that video, man.
Exactly.
I think about, you know, will he actually, you know, go to jail? Will he actually do time? Because, you know, the feds are investigating him.
Yeah.
You know, some people are saying that this video may have been in his possession.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I mean, they were saying in her lawsuit, she said that he used to record all the interactions that she would have with people and things like that, and things he would force her to do, like sexually and stuff. He would record everything so that he could watch it later. So I'm not surprised if this was in his possession. Maybe the feds got it when they raided. Maybe they decided to leak it to CNN. Who knows? Like, there's all types of, I'm sure, crazy things going on behind the scenes, but Homeland Security is not raiding you for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not happening. So I'm sure they're still working on whatever their case is going to be.
Yeah.
But this is, I really think this is like tip of the iceberg. I think there's going to be more coming.
I think so too, man. And I think he ends up doing time. I mean, when the feds are investigating you, whatever protections he had before cannot exist right now.
Yeah.
Whatever celebrity relationships he even had before, no one wants to touch him.
Yo, it's fucking crickets out here.
Yeah.
Like, ain't nobody really saying anything. It's like distance. You saw that video with him and we talked about the video with him and Bieber where he was like patting Bieber's chest to see if he had a wire or something. It looked like it's just,
We've seen too many videos of Diddy being touchy-feely with a lot of people. Like, and it looks a little bit different today.
it really does. It really does. This apology, like, again, I think it's a farce. I think it's too little, too late. Talking about, I was in my darkest time. I was fucked up. I have been doing soul searching and therapy. Like, bro, literally, just a few months ago, you were like, nah, this is bullshit. I didn't do nothing wrong. Like, if you were going to apologize, that was the time to try to do it.
He said the truth is going to come out with time. or
Yeah.
some shit like that.
Yeah. Well, you right. You right, buddy. The truth is coming out with time.
Yeah, and he's a piece of shit.
And the with time is going to be jail time. Like,
For real.
like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I think this is going to be like a slow roll, though.
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen. Like, it's going to be a rollout every few months. Something's going to happen. It's going to take a little bit of time, but they're going to get his ass.
Yeah, what do you guys think? You think Diddy's going to end up doing time? And do you accept his apology? Like, do you think that was sincere? Because I don't think anybody does. I haven't had a chance to look through the comments, but there are still some people out there defending him. which I think is insane. Troy, like, do you think that he's going to do time? And what do you think about, like, that small percentage of people who are still, like, defending him out there? Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, I think it's disappointing. You know, some people, you know, I feel like everything now is like such a hot topic where people are afraid to take a stance, you know, based off of, like, I understand, like, you know, you want to wait for more evidence and stuff, but with someone with like this as shady of a background, like someone like Diddy, where, you know, there's been things about him being said for over 30 years, and it's kind of like, okay, if you keep on hearing it's almost like where there's smoke, there's some kind of fire, and it's like people were afraid to speak up until now, like everyone's like all piling on. I find it that small percentage of people who are still like kind of in denial, I think it's kind of just disappointing. Will he go to jail? I hope so. You know, I think with all this stuff, like I said, you know, where there's smoke, there is fire. There's definitely something going on, and I hope, you know, he is able to pay for his crimes and also take down the people who are also, you know, involved in this stuff with him. You know, I'm sure Diddy's not the only one. So get Diddy and get these other people who are, you know, in cahoots with him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gross. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Spotify, follow on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, like
All the apps. We're everywhere. We are everywhere.